What's going on? It is Craig Bennett, aka Cash Cake, here with another NBA Prize Picks video. I did an early one last night, had some extra time with the games finishing early, so I dropped that one. I will link that at the end of this video, so you can check that one out as well, where I had 5 picks. Basically, we just had the Washington-Milwaukee game, and then we had the Chicago-Orlando game to choose from. But I had 5 picks I dropped there. This video, I found a few more with the newer games that dropped, and there's about 6 that I'm going to talk about that I do like, where I think we can take advantage of it. So if you like these videos, if they help you with the research process, please hit that like button for me, subscribe to the channel, and let's just get right after this. All right, as you can see, like always, I have the Prizepicks desktop version up. I will go through the picks that I like and explain to them and some stats that led me to the decision. Hopefully it helps you in the research process if you're going to fade them, if you're going to play them. And if you don't have a Prizepicks account, head on over to prizepicks.com, use promo code DFSArmy and get that 100% instant deposit match up to $100. The link is in the description below. So first on tap, it's something that we've profited from a ton here. And it's points, man. It's points. And we're going right back to Jakob Poeltl over 12.5 points. He's just absolutely crushed this. He's going up against Golden State, who's on a back-to-back. Klay Thompson's going to sit, so we're not going to have to worry about his defense. Not that he would be guarding Jakob Poeltl. But again, no Draymond Green. Wiseman's been out forever. No Iggy. Bjelica he didn't play last game. He was questionable. So they got some injuries to worry about here. And even though they're a good defensive team, they got a lot of pieces out, right? And Jakob Poeltl's hit this, again, five of his last 5 games, 6 out of his last 7. And the minutes have just been up is a big thing. 32, 20 against Houston. But again, that was a blowout game. Then 39, 35. And then the shots have just been there. 12, 8, 13, 16, 12. And we love to see that because usually he's not taking a ton of shots. He kind of has this like ugly push shot, but it gets the job done. So it's one of those things where I think it is too low. I think this line needs to be up. If you look at some of the books, it's up to almost 14.5 at places. So, I got him getting around 15.5, real life points here. So it's just too low. And I think we just keep attacking here. So Jakob Poeltl over 12.5 points. The next one we're going to look at here, we're actually going to go in the same game, and we're going to go over to assists. And it's one that we've been profitable for a long time, and I'm not going to get off the bus here, even though it's a tough matchup. Like I said, we're going to go to Dejounte Murray over 8.5 assists. Again, if you look at his game logs here, he's went over this mark in actually 6 of his last 6 games. The juice is on the over on 8.5 at minus 122. Again, it's a tough matchup against Golden State as they rank 2nd in the association with assists allowed. So the matchup isn't great, but the spread is only Golden State by 2. Like you said, there's a lot of injuries. So, taking those guys out, he's looking to get everybody involved. You could tell the way he's playing, looking to get everybody involved. As long as they keep hitting the shots, he's going to get them involved here. So in this game, I think I'm going to go right back to over 8.5. I think the line is down a little bit because usually it's been 9.5, but I think a lot of that has to do with, the fact it's the matchup. So the matchup is baked into that number where they pulled it down probably 1 assist or 1.5 assist. But again, even if you look at over his last 10 games, he's hit 8 out of his last 10 games. Where the only ones he didn't get it was Phoenix, where only got 4. And then, which, was a great defensive team with Chris Paul. And then Cleveland, he got 8. So, again, I'm just going to ride this over here. It just feels too low. The third one we're going to go to, we're actually going to go back to one of the games we saw this morning. And as I ran a little bit of numbers and looked at it, we're actually going to go Spencer Dinwiddie, and we're going to go over 6.5 assists here. Just digging into the numbers a little bit. With no Bradley Beal on the court, he's actually went over this mark 6 out of his last 9 games. And 2 of them that he missed, he got 6 assists. So I do like this number. A lot of books, it's already at 7.5. So if you can get it at 6.5, the only issue I have with this is, it always makes me nervous because they're going on the road. They're playing Milwaukee. Like I said, that game is 11.5 favorite by Milwaukee. and he should have some Drew Holiday defense on him. So it's the only worry that I have. If you want to look at points wise, there's another one that I was looking at. If you didn't want to go assist and you think the game stays close, I love his over 15.5 points as well. This is way too low. So the assist and the points with no Bradley Beal, he's actually went over this number 10 or 9 out of his last 9 games with no Bradley Beal. So he's went 27, 17, 22, 24, 17, 21, 27, 23, 34. So he's going to have some Drew defense on him, but they do allow the threes. Like I said, they give up 29%, or they're 29th in the league with 3 points allowed. We know that. And so if you want to take a chance at the points or the assist, I do like both of them on the over. So I'm going to throw the assists out and put the points because that's still really low. And if they're going to have any chance at all, he's going to shoot a ton. So in the games that Bradley Beal's been out, 34 minutes, 32, 33, 41, 33, 36. He's going to be out there a ton, shooting 18, 14, 15, 16 shots, just double-digit shots in every one of those games. So again, if and the three-pointers, like I said, are up big time as well. 10, 5, 6, 10 in those last 4. And again, that's how you beat Milwaukee. So I think we're going to go points. Like I said, I still like the over on assists at 6.5, but that points at 15.5 seems low. If it gets out of control in a hurry, though, maybe he gets a quick pull. But 15.5 seems a little light there. So we're just going to go ahead and take the over on that. The next one we're going to talk about here is we're actually going to go. There's 3 plays that I like over in this Toronto-Miami game. Now, we do have some injury consideration. Kyle Lowry is still doubtful. PJ Tucker's questionable. Jimmy Butler's questionable. I want to say Jimmy Butler plays because Toronto's only favored by 2.5 here. So I want to say that he does play, but we'll have to see here. So the one I'm going to look at first, we're going to go over to 3 points made, and we're going to go to Gary Trent Jr. over 3.5. The dude's just been on absolute fire. And we really got to look at, how well he's been playing. If we look at over his last 5, he's hit all 5 of them, 9, 5, 6, 5, and 4. And Miami actually gives up. They're 28th in the NBA against 3-pointers allowed. So they're not very good allowing 3-pointers, and that's what Gary Trent does. That's what he does. He shoots a ton. So as long as these guys are fully healthy, he's going to get his shots because, again, they have to take account for Siakam, OG, Barnes, VanVleet. So he's going to get more wide open shots with the team completely healthy, and that's something that we like. And then the one game he played against Miami, he ended up having 5 shots, and that was just on the 29th of January where he had those 5. So I'm going to keep leaning the over here at 3.5, and just hopefully his shots continue to fall. The numbers kind of point towards that, and the minutes are up, right? 40, 55 against Miami, but again, that game was that I think it was triple overtime. So he did get there, but still, and then 36, 34. So as these games where his 3-pointers are up, the minutes have trended up as well. So that's something that we like to see. And then the 3-point attempts over the last 5 games, 15, 15, 10, 10, 11, double-digit 3-point attempts those last 5 games. And I don't think that's going to slow down. Against Miami, he took 15, only hit 5. So, again, anytime you're going to get a guy that's going to be shooting 15 3-pointers a game, I want some action on that, and especially when he's been hot, because shooters tend to go hot and cold at times. So we're going to take the over on that. The next one we're going to look at, and I was taught, it was assists, and I was kind of was torn between the 2 here. I don't know which one I like more. Maybe you want to dig into this a little bit more, but I'm torn. We'll talk about the first one here, and it's it's Pascal Siakam over 4.5 assists. Just looking at his numbers a little bit, he's actually went over this mark in 6 out of his last 10 games. The juice is pretty heavy, on the over for over 4.5. Yes, they don't give up a ton of assists allowed. Only, they're Miami's 10th in the league. It's a tough team, but he's actually averaged 8 assists a game versus Miami. So he ended up putting up 6 just in that game on the 29th, and then he played him on the 17th of January, and he put up 10. So again, I like this over 4.5 assists for him. And then the next one I like again is Fred VanVleet. 7 assists. I'm going to go right back to this and go the over. Like, just like the other time we cashed it. Again, it's a tougher matchup, even if Jimmy Butler plays, but at the same time, they're a fully healthy team, and he's going to look to get his guys involved. And we cashed on this the other day. We bet this 2 days ago when he played Atlanta, and I think it was at 6.5, and he ended up getting 11 assists. So, again, he's went over this mark 5 of his last 5 games. As long as his team stays healthy, he's going to look to get him involved. A 7 assists is too low to me. This number should be closer to 8.5, and I think that's where I wouldn't touch it. But sitting at 7 with the crazy minutes that they play, closer to 40 minutes a game, you have to like your chances and things like that. So, again, in the 2 games he played against Miami, he had 8, and then he had 4 back on January 17th. But I'd have to pull that game log up and see who was on the Miami side. They might have had Lowry might have played that game, which would make it a little tougher. Again, so that's what we're looking at here. Those are the plays that I'm looking at on, and I'm going to link again at the end of this video. I will link the early picks that I did for last night for today. So it should give you a good chunk of picks to look at. If you want to, again, tail them, if you want to fade them, or if you want to dig into them a little more. I try to provide a lot of stats and why I'm looking at them, so you can kind of use that in your determination if you're going to play or not. And also try to give this to you in a pretty short amount of time. So again, without that, I appreciate each and every one who take the time to listen to this, and hit that like button on your way out, subscribe to the channel, and I'll keep knocking these boogers out and hopefully helps you win some money. So with that, I'll see you on the flip side. Deuces.